Hi, this is Skip Stewart, Chief Improvement Officer with Baptist Memorial Healthcare. Today we'd like to talk about the voice of the process. And there's three helpful questions, and we're really dealing with this third question. How will you know when you have accomplished your challenge? There's a couple principles that help us understand data better that you can hit pause if you'd like to reflect on more. Remember from past videos that this is a simple run chart, and it's a graph where one scale represents time and the other scale represents values of the measure of interest. Now that solid green line that you see on the screen is the average of those values. This is a run chart of the voluntary nursing turnover percentage each month for a hospital. Now, any measure you might use will vary in the normal course of events. Some months it'll go up, and other months it'll go down. If you do not know how to determine when a change has occurred, you will have difficulty in separating meaningless changes from a signal of a real change that you're actually making progress toward your challenge or goal. Now, the goal here provided by a leader is 12%, which is the voice of the customer. But remember, comparing numbers to goals will not lead to the improvement of the process. If we put what is known as natural process limits, or if we calculate these natural process limits, those red dashed lines, on both sides of the average of this run chart, we have created what is known as the process behavior chart, which is the voice of the process. The process behavior chart allows you to differentiate between routine, normal variation and exceptional variation. It allows you to characterize the behavior of your process as either being predictable or unpredictable. Now, when a process is unpredictable, like this one is, the process behavior chart helps you to identify those signs of exceptional variation. And you may remember from past videos, there are 3 rules in total that we are using to identify signals of exceptional variation. This chart has rule number 1 for a signal of exceptional variation. And that's when points fall outside the limits of a process behavior chart, when they're above or below those red dashed lines. Exceptional variation is attributed or connected to assignable causes, which by definition dominate the many common causes of routine normal variation. This is not only the simplest signal, but it also indicates the effect of the assignable cause is very large in magnitude. The assignable cause has to have an impact upon the process which is greater than the sum of all the effects of all the common causes put together. It is very unlikely that a point will fall outside the limits by chance. The process is actually trying to tell you it has a problem. Each and every signal on a process behavior chart represents an opportunity to gain more insight into your process. When a process is unpredictable, like this one is, the outcomes will vary without any regard for the natural process limits, those red dashed lines. An unpredictable process is not operating up to its potential because it is subject to the effects of assignable causes of exceptional variation. So since this process is unpredictable, the outcomes could actually vary outside those natural process limits any given month. Now, by finding and removing the effects of these assignable causes, you can substantially improve both process consistency and outcomes. You say, well, what if it was living up to its potential? Well, for this process, it would vary anywhere between a little under 4% to a little over 31%, with an average of a little over 17%. Now, you might at first say, well, that's not acceptable, and I would agree with you, but you're going to have to fundamentally change your process because this is what the process is giving you when it comes to nursing turnover. Remember, goals are the voice of the customer, not the voice of the process. The goal approach does not reveal any insight into how the process works. Now, please do not misunderstand. We need goals, but we must understand the difference between the voice of the customer and the voice of the process if we hope to ultimately have these two voices in alignment. Here are some mistakes that we make in analyzing data. You can hit pause if you'd like. And also, when people are striving towards a goal, they always do one of 3 things. They can work to improve the process, or the system. But many times what happens unintentionally is they distort the system or they distort the data. Here's some great resources, and until next time, show me your thinking.